And it's going to be G2 starting on the CT side. We'll have Mousesports on the T side, of course, as we get into this one. 4 sets of armor, looks like a mid-rush, 1 smoke for the connector. One player towards long A as well. It's going to be Oscar leading the charge here. Smoke deployed, full commitment. Sunny with that first frag as he takes down Apex.
Yeah, they're going to keep on going. Kenny's trying to hold this one off. It's going to have to fall back over the stables. Players coming in through long, and he's going to fall at the first hurdle. And, well, in the meantime, MBK doesn't really step up. It's Shocks to try and do the damage. Body able to take one more, so they've turned it into the 2-on-3. Bomb isn't down just yet either for Mousesports. It is going to be just waiting on the back of Oscar beneath balcony. Hasn't been afforded the bomb plant just yet, but Rops lands a fantastic shot. Now it is just Body left in the 1v3. Oscar's going to be allowed to get the bomb down. Body, we've seen him have lights out performances for G2 in the past. He has been, at times, the main driving force behind it, but a 1v3 is a tall order for any man. Spots the player out in mid, it's Sunny, and he will decapitate him. Mousesports, they're going to go up 1-0 as they get the pistol.
Nice work from Mousesports, pretty standard pistol there. 4 towards middle, that 1 smoke, deploy it as soon as you get up the mid-ramp. 1 player towards long A as well to stop any backstabs coming through and any oversides towards that area. And then find the kills, get in there together. Sunny gets the first one, takes out Apex, who's normally playing long A for G2, and then at that point, running away with it. G2 got only 2 frags in total there, so not the best start for them. They will be semi-forcing into round number 2 here. Will be Deagles, CZs, 3 sets of armor, and you can see quite a rifle-centric purchase here from Mousesports. 2 Galils, an AK-47, max out for Sunny, and a UMP for Chris J. Default for now. No rushes required at this point. Just hold up, go in together, wait for any aggression from the CTs, and looking at the minimap right now, you can see 4 players from the CT side stacks towards the A side of the map. Apex, MBK, Body, and Kenny S. It's quite a strange box formation they've got right now, and we'll see where this works out for them. In terms of utility, 1 smoke to work with, no kits, of course. The bomb for Mousesports over on the B side of the map.
Yeah, you know, we've seen that trifecta of Doom work out before, but now a box is an entirely new prospect for Mousesports to have to try and deal with. But Apex going to go and fall back down towards long. Doesn't want to hold the angle that much more. Sunny, as a result, is going to be afforded long control. Starts to push on up. Has the trade potential. Oscar going to be waiting here with him. Body and Kenny slowly but surely pushing up over towards long. They have support from Apex. They're not going to take the peek, and in the meantime, Mouse now start to rotate these players back around to rejoin the guys over on B. MBK spotting mid with the Deeg. Does spot one of these players. Actually going to do the damage as he finds them both. MBK steps up, Shocks on the Deeg. Going to be doing damage over on platform. Rops does take the trade, but it's still a massive 2-man advantage up for G2. 1 player left within the site. That's Apex. He's going to start to sneak on in. Doesn't quite deny the plant. Does the damage, but doesn't get the frag as Rops continues his reign of terror, but he only gets 1 more. Down goes Chris J as MBK steps up massively with the Deagle in that round to somehow take 1 back for G2.
Become a bit of an old cliche that G2 are very good with the pistols and those force buys, but you can't argue with those results. MBK with that Desert Eagle, he's been an amazing form recently. Even in the quiet nights for G2, he's been kind of the talisman for them, and managing to find 3 more frags there with the Desert Eagle. It will tie things up at 1-1, a disastrous result for Mousesports, who had a good approach as well. Started off nicely in towards the default, finally executing towards B, but getting picked off 1 by 1. Those strong pistols from G2, just completely punishing them there. It's round number 3, and of course, it's the force buy in return. We did, in fact, get the bomb down there for Mousesports, so it's going to be a pretty decent buy. You can see a Mac 10 there as well for Sunny. They've got head armor across the board, and this should be some sort of execution play. You don't buy this kind of utility without going for the wall of smokes here. We have 1 player pushing through. That's going to be Rops. Very aggressive. Does sneak through, but MBK at the chicken coop here with the M4. He should cause some damage, and here comes the wall of smokes.
Shocks is actually charged on through. He finds himself up on platform in the belly of the beast. The nade comes in, the damage done, and somehow he's still alive, dying around. Overstays his welcome just a little bit as Oscar does manage to find it, but it all falls onto him. 1v4. Bomb dropped up on platform, and Oscar, well, he somehow worked his way into drop down, but that's not going to lend him any favors here, as the bomb is far gone. With 1 minute and 5 seconds left, he's going to perhaps like to try and loop back round.
Unfortunately, not really much he can do with this one. No nades or flashbangs or anything like that. It's got the Tech 9 and armor, which has been buffed recently, the Tech 9. It's better at range now if you want to tap. Not so good for running and gunning so more, but still has the same sort of firepower and can be very beneficial at long range. Some people are kind of saying it's like a mini AK now if you can tap with it effectively. We'll go towards the platform here, and try his luck. I don't think he'll get much more than maybe a bit of damage inflicted. As he gets dinked, that's going to be the end of his round. Body takes him down on that Galil, and it's quite the clean sweep of G2, giving away one frag after Shoxy. Like he said, aggressive on the upper platform there, finds 2 frags as they're executing. I was hoping for a bit more from that, considering they had that decent buy with the bomb going down. They had Tech-9's head armor, all the utility, went for the smokes, but unfortunately Shoxy was one step ahead, took down 2 of them before they could really even get to the bomb site. And here it is, 2-1, has to be the full eco now for the international side, Mousesports. No longer a German lineup. We've got Netherlands, Estonian, Czechoslovakian. There's all sorts, really. Finnish. It's really quite eclectic, I would say.
There's a little bit of everything in here. And, well, Mousesports going to be heading in through mid. Shox is in the back line, though, and this should be a nice, easy mop-up. Oh, Shox, please, there you go. He does wisen up to the fact that I was heading in right behind him. He was able to pick that up, and now will be G2 to go ahead and take a 3-1 scoreline before the buy comes in at 4 Mouse. They're going to be buying up the AKs. Don't have enough to field an AWP. Ops could drop one over, but I don't see him foregoing armor, which he won't. He's going to have full utility. So pretty decent buy on the cards right now, 4 Mouse in this round. The AWP up on Kenny, as G2 do manage to break that one out early on.
Interesting to see the CT side with 2 Galils. That's quite rare. But like you said, Kenny S, one of the most dangerous AWPers we have in CSGO. He'll be defending this mid-rush coming in from the Mousesports side. He's got a perfect angle for it as well. No one towards long A, but he misses the first shot. Now he might find himself in some trouble, but it's Kenny S. Can't find anything at the moment. He might go down. That's disappointing. 2 bites of the cherry. Can't find the shot required. 5 on 3 now. Shoxy deploying utility here, and I think they might have to call the early save. That's a little bit shocking from Kenny. Like, it's still a difficult shot, and I guess I hold him to a very high standard. I wanted to be hitting the, I guess, the easier shots for his capability. Misses 2 of them. If he just gets 1 there, that retake potentially possible. But Mousesports dictating the pace of the play there, rushing up towards middle, very similar to what we saw on their pistol round. And Kenny S missing those shots means they do get a clean bomb. And this is quite standard, really. If you do get a 5-on-3 situation, it's very unlikely you'll go for the retake here from the B bomb side. Such a tight choke point from the connector and the balcony. And early stages of the round as well, the terrorists will have a magnitude of utility. They have their smokes, their molotovs, they can hold you up for so long. So it's just worth holding on to whatever rifles you've got. They give 1 more kill away. Shoxy and MBK saving a Galil and the M4. They'll definitely be able to buy into the next round, I would imagine. Plenty of cash. You can see Body with $10,000. They can drop an AWP here. Could even go for the double AWP if they wanted to. Not going to be the case. We haven't seen G2 double AWP as much. Seems like they've gone off that. It was Shoxy and Kenny S who were quite a formidable duo. Now it seems MBK is the secondary AWP for this team, which is interesting, but we'll see how that storyline develops as we get into round number 6 here. 3-2 is the overall scoreline, and we go into a default for Mousesports.
Yeah, I think we're taking this one slowly. They've already been allowed to find the first onto Shox. Body, though, through the smoke, able to find the 4-on-4 once again. Now swaps out the M4 in favor of the AK. Chris J going to be holding over here by drop down. Isn't going to commit to anything just yet. The bomb still dropped back passive, as Apex does the weight down and drop. Body and MBK over here towards B with Kenny holding mid, just looking to try and be that linchpin. Apex gonna rotate in to try and help them. They stick Body up on top of tree as well in case Mousesports do decide to make their way into B. But it's Chris J down in drop. He's the man to try and kickstart all of this. You can see the rotates have come back around. MBK does find some damage, but it is going to be enough as they go blow for blow in through the smoke there. The rest of Mousesports start their push up through long. Body over towards tree, has to try and step up here. They're going to come pushing on through. He hops down, flashes into the site, and Body is going to hold the close angle. First dispatches of the man in drop, and now Body surrounded by the players up on platform. It's Sunny to find 2 as he goes onto the entry. Kenny left in the 1v3. Bomb hasn't been allowed to go down just yet, and Kenny pushing aggressively into the site. Could try and deny this bomb plant here, but Stico will be allowed to get away with it. Kenny takes the peek, finds the first. He's still got 2 more left to deal with. 1 player up on plat, 1 over towards short, and it's Sunny to take the triple, the hat-trick. And that will be Mousesports on to a 3rd as they find their equalizer.
Sports there with the deep at the start once again, but Oscar, as soon as he gets the AWP out, he can go toe-to-toe with Kenny S for sure. He's a very proficient AWP player. Goes towards that upper B platform, finds the first shot, and he gives them the 5-on-4 advantage. At that point, we go for the full commitment there from the G2, or I should say Mousesports side, and they managed to overwhelm and trade frag for frag. Apex with the auto shotgun on the CT side, Harry. Not what I've seen before. We have seen Max 7s before, but the auto shotgun towards long A double orb set up for G2 as well. Not ideal, but that could work out quite nicely. Sunny has to fall back here, but Apex, the problem is if they do go towards B, how are you retaking that bomb site? But might not have to. Kenny S, first shot towards Sticko there, and now the 5-on-4 is in their favor. He might want to try and recover that AK-47 that's been dropped.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of the auto shotgun, though. Apex going to be looking to try and tear through some of these Mousesports players. The Mac 10 up on Sunny. And the UMP for Chris J does leave a little bit to be desired in terms of firepower for Mouse.
Well, they've got no head armor on G2, so the Mac 10 actually is quite beneficial in some ways.
Yeah, that's actually very true. I mean, especially up close, these M4s do run the risk of just being shredded. Apex being perhaps the most vulnerable on the auto shotgun there. Shock's going to be holding long. With the AWP, they flash on through. Going to start this push up. He has to be careful because charging on in, it's going to be Sunny the man with the Mac 10. Luckily enough, he puts some distance between them. Chris J on the UMP, a full prey to body on the M4, and Shocks, he misses the opener, but it's MBK to remedy that. Doesn't miss the second time around, though, and Oscar left in the 1v5, desperately trying to stay alive. Kenny will snuff him out. G2, they're going to go 4-3 up. They instantly take one back, and that is going to be some damage done to the economy of Mouse.
They can still buy just about. They have 3 players about the 5k mark, I believe, so 5,900, so they'll go in for this one. Oscar on the AWP as well. This will be their last buy, but sure you can see Chris J feeling the brunt of the damage there. He's only got the P250 and no head armor. So, double orb setup. It's on Shocks, interesting enough. They have been changing things up this week, kind of experimenting with the idea of different AWPers, but Oscar once again, best Kenny S, 5-on-4, as can he change his position, not towards B this time, actually heading towards the mid area, tried to get that aggressive pick. Apex recovers the AWP. He's going to be juggling weapons up here to deny them having double orbs. I guess at this point, wants to give the orb to a stronger player, and we'll see where that works out for them. But Shoxy goes down. Wide peaks toward long A, and Oscar will take that shot all day long.
Apex desperately trying to stand firm between Mousesports and the A site. Charging through was Oscar, but he's given this round away as MBK doubles down. Rops left in a 1v3. And he might be the Estonian wonder child that never stops, but right now all our eyes, hearts and minds light on Rops. 1v3 pushing up through the smoke. Spots the man in the sight. Shots raining in close to the left and the right. MBK finds the frag, gets himself the triple, and he's been on fire lately. I think we're in the era of NBK right now, as he seems to be the one lighting it up for G2 time and time again.
It's been a while, but he's looking very, very good right now. I'm a bit disappointed that from Mousesports to get those first 2 AWP picks, and then they seem like they just have to fully commit, that they're just all in. You've got so much time to work with there. Wait for the reactions to come through. They're running through those tight choke points at long A and towards middle as well, one by one, and panicking somewhat. Chris J just needs to calm those boys down and just realise when you have those kind of huge advances, the CTs, they're on the back foot. You need to be waiting for their reactions and let them make the mistakes. Don't gift them opportunities to spray you down like that. But still, it is an eco for Mousesports. It's 5-3 overall for G2. Should be quite the easy round here. Apex finds the bomb and a couple of kills as well. Takes down Sticko and Sunny. And now this round is nigh on impossible for the terrorist side. And that pretty much confirms it. Rops will be the last remaining player like he was in the previous round, but Kenny S, he looks like he's getting warmed up now. Hitting some nice shots with the AWP. A little bit slow to start, as G2 normally are in most tournaments. They say they're a team that doesn't like the early mornings or the first games of the tournaments. Not a great asset to have within a team, I will say. It seems to happen consistently. They'll drop the first group stage game, but for now, looking good, recovering quite nicely here. As we enter round number 10, it's 6-3 overall. And I would say it's certainly still a T-sided map, so this is looking very good for G2. Oscar now with the AWP once again, who has been finding those opening picks, but not capitalizing on them right now.
Yeah, this time they're going to see if their solace lies over here towards B. They sent everyone up through long and load all their eggs into one metaphorical basket as they start to sneak on in. Flashes rain through. Shocks is out in the open. He's going to be fully flashed, but it's body raining death down from tree as he finds 3. Looking to try and get more work done, which he'll do. Takes a 4th, goes in for the ace. He's so close to getting it, but MBK goes ahead and takes that final frag. Can't allow any star to shine brighter than him. But that will be G2, 7-3 up, 4 rounds ahead of Mouse. The economic reset comes in once again, and I think a much-needed pause as well going to be called on it.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. G2 there, running away with this game. At this point, you can see one by one through the smokes once again. Body, he doesn't look like he's being challenged there, Harry. He's out in the open, essentially, and he's not flashed. There's no Molotov on the tree, and he's finding players fully blind, just kind of floundering in front of him. And Mousesports, they don't look like they're composed right now. They seem like they're panicking somewhat. As we enter round number 11, they will indeed take that pause. And it looks like they have about 3K per player. So I doubt a buy comes in here in terms of loss bonus. Thank you for bringing that up. That'll be a 4th stage. So they're going to get $2,900 per player. And I'd say they'd probably go down to about 1.8K. Invest some deagles, some body armor, and allow themselves to get that maximum loss bonus next round. They still, you never know, might win this round. There's always a chance with these sort of buys, but it's not likely. That's the headline. Didn't even invest that much into it. 3 sets of armor, a few pistols there, and no nades. So, Mousesports, very good fraggers. Additional fragging power of Sunny and Sticko. Certainly something to behold, but the strategic game so far hasn't been great on the T side. We'll get into this one now. It should be quite the easy affair as they head towards the B side. Default for now, trying to find the first pick and bait out any grenades they can.
Gonna be sneaking over here towards drop down. Kenny, Body, and Shocks. They're the 3 within that B bomb site. Body actually gonna be backed up by MBK, who's currently sitting down in connector, waiting to see if any push comes out through drop. Having that 2-pronged hold means that Apex really has to step up over on A. But you have the fast rotate to come in from MBK. In this round, though, it's going to be perfect. You have a 3-man hold inside the B-bomb site. Mousesports slowly but surely pushing into the waiting guns of Kenny. Body to step up and take one more, and this is mostly eco frags. They go ahead and do it perfectly, keep 5 players alive, and that's exactly what they would want to do. Is now the money very, very built up over on the CT side. 3 players with 12,000 plus. You have Apex sitting almost on 10. Shocks is a little bit limited, but he's the only man with no cash. They're going to go 8-3 up. Mousesports still not really showing much in this matchup.
Not really, but that was the eco for them. It is round number 12. Still can pull this one back, believe it or not. I'm still not that worried about it. I feel like their basic approach to the opening segments of the round are good. They're getting those opening picks. It's just calming down and not overcommitting and making sure they're thinking about the decisions instead of going all in. Kenny S, though, he's being dynamic now. And like I said, starting to hit some wonderful shots as he takes down the first player. That's Oscar. And now 5 on 4. Not falling back just yet. Trying to bait in his teammate Apex as well. And it might just work. Oh, it's lovely. And once again, a 5 on 3 advantage and nothing really achieved from the T side. Back towards B they go. But how do you finish this one off? You've got 1 smoke, Harry, a flashbang, and a Molotov. How are you finding these frags against players like Shoxy, who's just burrowed himself in towards the back of the site?
I mean, I guess B is going to be their best odds, seeing as right now only 2 players reside there. One of them being Shocks, who is tagged extremely low. They have to flash the Molotov to try and break their way into the site, but they don't account for Shocks. They don't bother checking it, so he's able to find the first uncontested. No trade in sight. A perfect crossfire with MBK, but it doesn't matter because Shocks just keeps taking lives. And now Stiko desperately trying to step on up in the 1v4. It's not looking likely here as G2 rotate on in. He finds himself trapped.
It's going to get a consolation frag, if you will. But once again, it's Mousesports on the default, getting out fragged there. They're not really using the flashbangs right now towards long A. That is space checking them at those long angles. Every other team in the world will get to that long A corner, flash over, try and bait out the shot. Kenny shouldn't be given an open duel like that, but he is, and he is playing very well, to be fair to him. He's going from B towards A, towards long A, middle, changing things up. That's what the top warpers do, but Mousesports don't have a response right now, and that's a little bit disappointing. It seems like Cobblestone isn't one of their better maps right now with this new lineup. It seems there's a bit of work to do in terms of the tactical game, but still, mid-rush sometimes can work. You need to hit the shots. They've got 5 good aimers on the team, but Kenny S and MBK, they might be a little bit better. MBK, especially that AK-47 you mentioned, he's in great form right now. Gets 4 frags there. Very good stuff indeed. Double digits for G2. And round number 14. Another buy available for Mousesports here, but in terms of the frags, let's talk about those quickly. 2 for 12 is Chris J. Robs, one of their new star players. 4 for 11. Sticko with 6. No one's really stepping up here. Sunny, I think he's a tremendous world-class talent at times, but for now he's getting outclassed generally by the whole of G2, especially the likes of NBK, Kenny S, Body, all in double digits right now.
Yeah, I think the duo for me in Mousesports, the ones that have to step up, is going to be Oscar and Sunny. And right now, they are absent. Robs pushing on up. He's the one on the entry. There you go. I mean, he can be the starting shot that they need. He's able to find that first frag. It's going to go untraded. That Molotov misses its mark as well, so Rob's just allowed to wait things out over a long. Well, now Oscar and Sunny start to progress over in middle. Body gonna come peeking on in, checks the angle, but Rob's able to find it. He's now on 2, so he's the man. He's the catalyst in this round as he goes ahead and opens this up. It's all left on Apex, who's able to take one before Chris J actually finds him in through the doors there. And that's Mouse to claim one straight back. Still a long way away from doing any damage to that G2 economy. They'll have no issue buying up into the last round of this half. AWP up for Kenny, utility full across the board, kits on everyone, no excuse to not have everything they could possibly need here. For Mouse, similar story, double up setup they're going to come in as Oscar and Chris J pick those up.
Nice work from Robs in the previous round. Did say someone has to start stepping up and getting those frags, and he seemed like he could rise to the occasion. Double AWP setup on the T side. I generally don't like double AWPs on the CT side on Cobblestone. I'm not sure what they're hoping to do here with the double AWP setup. Chris J, the former AWP of the team, and it will be Rob somehow getting away with that. Seemed like Shoxy wasn't even blind, but he could get the double frag, not meant to be. Body takes him down, and it will be a 4-on-4 now. This is where things become a little bit more difficult. How do you enter to a bomb site if they're denying you opening frags? Well, apparently they're not. Oscar takes down Kenny S, but the refrag comes in time and time again. There it is, though. MBK, another great shot by him, goes down to 13 points of health, but still alive and kicking. And we will finish things off towards A, but it seems like Apex very aware. Oh, be careful, my friend. He'll go down towards the APC. Finally, Sunny showing us some of that aim.
MBK's rotated him very, very quickly, though. Bypassed that smoke in its entirety. And Henry, you've had to say it before, smokes are not force fields. Just going to go passing on through. Body actually gets tagged within inches of death, though, in that Molotov, but they're not ready for MBK, who finishes this off. G2, they are going to go 11-4 up, 7 rounds to their advantage. A fantastic CT side as now we head into this second half.
Yeah, we'll take a quick break. Do not go anywhere. We'll see how this one unfolds. Back to potentially the unraveling of Mousesports here. G2 putting on a bit of a masterclass on the CT side of Cobblestone, looking very good indeed, especially the likes of MBK, Body, and Kenny S, I have to say. They completely ravished Mousesports there. We did see some signs of ice boards at the end. Picked up one more round. 11-4, definitely not the end of the world. They're going to need a pistol here, Harry. But from what we've seen so far, it doesn't feel like Cobblestone is really their map as of yet. It feels like this new international lineup needs a few more days to work on their map pool.
Yeah, that is at least the impression that they've given us early on. I mean, G2 as well, they're pulling out all the stops. We said that they are a team which differ so greatly from one performance to the next. You know, some games they show up in such a big way, and then others they fall completely silent. So apparently today they've come out in fighting form. And yeah, I mean, you know, getting that 4th round does make quite a big difference for Mousesports. It means even if they do forego the pistol, they can still get a rifle by, but without it being a match point, which does at least give them a lifeline back into this. It means, you know, the game isn't won or lost in the pistol.
We will see. We'll have a look at the buy for G2 now. Shoxy with Kenny S. They've got the utility there. Kenny S with the P250 as well, meaning he has a bit more range with the one-tap potential there of the initial pistol interactions with the CTs. They'll go towards B. This is a fast play as well. All 5 players toward this side of the map, swinging towards the connector, I believe, and towards the upper platform. Not fully committing just yet. The bomb actually goes back. They've forced a rotation. This will be an A split eventually. Sunny, though, finds the first kill and the second. That's just beautiful. Sunny with 3 headshots in towards the connector. That's the round done. Shoxy and Kenny S surely have no grounds to win this, but of course it's Shoxy, and he's starting to prove he's got some deadly aim himself.
Yeah, he's desperately trying to claw this one back. Kenny will be there to help him out, but actually Kenny will fall, leaving it all on Shox. 1v4, and we've already seen heroics out from Sunny now. He's been dropped in this round. Shox back against the wall, does not have armor to try and play with. Aim Punch going to play into this fully. There is a man holding the angle. It's Oscar, but Shox somehow connects that. And now he turns into the 1v3. Going to start to fade away. Stico down in mid. Could make all the difference as he waits out behind the rock. Shox doesn't see it coming, and he will hit the deck. Lands one pulse raiser of a shot, but then that will be it. And Mousesports going to be able to pick themselves up the pistol. G2 force buying down into this round. They didn't get that bomb plant, so he'll be allowed to go for this. But look at this replay from Sunny.
Yeah, this was just beautiful. That's so crisp. That's what I wanted to see in the first half hour. He didn't have any of it. But now he's starting to wake up, and that could be the play that kind of brings him in his zone, and maybe he's found his mojo at this point. Round number 2, force buy, of course, from G2. Like you said, no bomb going down. So that is pretty common these days. Scout for Oscar this time, and some rifles across the board for Mousesports. We do have 1 UMP for Stico. Fast play, though, as we do hit the first couple of scout shots there. MBK and Apex bleeding out. They are the walking dead right now as we get into potentially the final play here. Another scout shot lands, and Oscar, he's just weakened them all up for his teammates.
Yeah, once again, it's Sunny. No, it's not. It's actually going to be Robs to try and step up. As within the site, Oscar and Sunny both go down. Rob's going to be tagged low. Somehow G2 doing the damage. Not again. Mousesports, don't let this one slip through your fingers. The bomb plant going to come in. Kenny has himself the scout. Renowned for his AWPing. Let's see if that translates across. Is he going to be able to hold over the SWAT van? Waits patiently, gets tagged in the Molotov. They take the peek, but he lands the headshot. Shox does damage. It's the 1v1. And somehow G2, they've almost done it again. Stico making his way into the site. Bomb taken away from him here. Doesn't have that kit to play with. Gonna go ahead and smoke it. Not in a position whatsoever to stick this. Spotted out by Shox, and Stico will win that out. Gonna be enough time left to get the defuse. It will come in. Mousesports gonna get themselves a 6th, but G2, that's the 2nd time now they almost managed to do this.
Clever play from Stico there. I like that. Smoking the bomb, and Shoxy wasn't 100% sure whether he could hit the defuse in that range. Has to start encroaching towards that position, knowing he'd dink the player as well. Was hoping that he would touch the bomb and he could spray with that PT-50 and find the final shot. But Stico, a clever play there. I say that this is almost certainly forced by territory for G2. I can see an AK already. Why wouldn't you? You got the bomb down there. You got the CTs down to 1 player remaining. You're definitely going for this one. Try and shut them down and stifle the CTs, as they won't have much to work with here. The scouts out again. MP9s, Max 7s, UMPs, pretty equal in terms of the buy. And we head towards the B side of the map. And unfortunately, we do have 3 CTs towards A, so this could be a bit problematic. Sticker to defend as the first AK comes in towards that upper platform area.
Yeah, it's all eyes on Shox right now. He's the man to try and break apart this B-bomb site hold already. Players rotating in from Mouse. They've got 4 men on standby. Try and keep the Frenchman at bay. Shox peeking in, lines up the first, doesn't quite find the frag. Now he's got so many angles left to check. Stigo going to take the close peek. Does manage to find the first, but body in with the return. Oscar's been tagged low as everyone within the site being chipped away from, and this scout can't find anything. It's going to fall short. Chris J tries to step up, but instead he steps down, and now Sunny's all that remains. Body will get the triple, beheads the last remaining player, and carries G2 forward to their 12th round.
Just to note as well, Mousesports have won both pistols here and been reset. So they lost in the second round in the first half, and then G2 winning the third with another force buy here. They are the force buy kings and showing us what they can do with those CZs. Up close and personal, that's Apex swarming the bomb site. CTs were always going to struggle into that round. It's a guaranteed force by there for G2. Knowing you got it down to the 1v1, you got that bomb down, you're always going to do that, and now they have full control of the game. It's going to be 12-6, and full eco now for Mousesports. Almost definitely going to be 13 rounds on the board to the French side. Nothing really we can do but lie in wait and hope for the best that Mousesports maybe can stack towards that B-bomb side like they are right now with 5 players and maybe get a couple of frags here.
Yeah, Sharks is going to be holding it with the scout. Just waiting patiently to see if the peak comes through. G2, I mean, they've shown time and time again, these French boys, how strong their force buys are, and it seems like the only player who can beat them is Valve themselves. If you remember when they nerfed that CZ back in the day, that was kind of the French nerf almost. And, well, Body's going to be mopping up these guys now as he makes his way on in, takes 3. Sunny actually to pick that up. That's a nice bit of damage done. Looking to try and get a bit more, but not looking likely. Sunny is all that remains. I know exactly where he is within this site, or at least I hope they do. He only gets a second, but MBK does prevail. G2 going to go 13-6. But now,
oh, money's still so bad. 3,300 on like 3 players right now. They're going to have to buy here. I think they can afford 1 AWP. Someone had like 5 grand. So we do get 2 M4s, a Mag 7, a UMP, no nades and Sunny. Oscar gets the AWP out. He has to go wild this round. He has to go aggressive. We'll have a look at Oscar as to where he's going. He has to pick for the first kill. He can't just sit back here. He knows it. Waiting for the flashbangs. He'll look towards top and middle. Oh, he's called the nose cross. Now he has it. Doesn't hit the shot though. That's a shame. Had to really hit that one. He knows they're going towards long 8. We'll see how methodical G2 are here. Sticking together. I like this little wolf pack formation they've got. Using that buddy system, and Apex knows the AWPs here as well. This is brave walking around the corner like that, but luckily it's Sunny on the other side with the M4, not the AWP.
Sunny spots them out. He's going to get tagged. Oscar is there to help. Flashes Sunny round. He finds damage. Actually manages to take 1, make that 2 as Kenny follows. Repeat looking to try and come in. As Oscar misses that first shot down through middle, not going to miss the second, but MBK drops him on the trade, and now MBK and Body, the 2 that remain. 2 of the most key rifle players here for G2. They're going to fall prey to Sunny over by cannons. MBK flicks back and forth. MBK, what are you doing? He's going to take 3. And now the man behind SWAT spotted out as MBK looks to try and make this one. He's done the damage. Forced back by the Molotov. Chris J's rotated round to mid, and MBK looking to try and solidify this as the MBK era of G2. Starts to make his way down through mid. Chris J reads this perfectly. It's going to be waiting up close. The timing doesn't allow it, and Chris J picks it up, but I was getting very worried for Mouse there.
Well, MBK does significant damage once again to the Mousesports economy. What a play this was, though. That kill through the stable was great. This one here, oh my god. Sunny, he was low HP to be fair, but still, that's so smart by MBK. If he gets that one there, I feel like he has a real chance of winning that round. But 13-7, a lifeline for Mousesports perhaps here. Sunny with great player, no nades, just brutal aim towards long A. Manages to find those first 2 frags. Oscar with the 3rd, but MBK almost sabotaged their chances. Round number 6 now. Definitely starting to heat up here. Mousesports, if they can get this round in, it'll be an eco for G2. Then we really have a game on our hands. Flashbang towards long A. See if he's there, ready and waiting, but I'll flash for now. Sunny could shut them down once again. White's got his knife out. Be careful here. Falls back, repositions. Smoke's coming in. Flashbang's going to land, but MBK once again hitting that first shot down to Oscar now, who has been tagged as well. Hits the no-scope. Apparently not. It's going to be Oscar, though, burning one alive. Taking him to the grave with him. It's a 4-on-3. And this is what I want to see from Mousesports. You don't have to fully commit with these first 2 frags. Just slow things right down. Wait for the reactions. Force some rotations here. Make them feel uncomfortable. Mousesports will get these picks and just go all in towards A. They weren't really thinking about their decisions and waiting to what the CTs had.
Yeah, G2, they're playing this perfectly. Going to smoke off connector. Now they start this push in. Smokes over to SWAT as well for Chris J. Means he's only got the 1 angle left to worry about. They're going to be pushing up through long. Chris J's been tagged low. Hasn't seen anyone yet. And then he finally sees Kenny. Now Robs peeks on out. Does manage to take the first, but Kenny is on point with these trades. Stiko, the last man left in the 1v3, trapped. And decapitated. Sharks is looking sharp from mid. And G2, they're going to go 14-7 up. 1 round away from match point, and considering that Mousesports have nothing to invest with into this one, that is looking almost guaranteed.
I think you might be right. That's a harsh reset there. Mousesports are clutching at straws, even with their buy in the previous round. It's not looking too good, Harry. The Nova's out. Whenever that gun makes an appearance, things are going to be pretty dire. 14-7, 5-7s, PG-50s, the Nova. Yeah, I'm starting to paint the picture for you, I'm sure. But we'll see whether Sticko can defend Incoming approach from G2 here. Oh, on the upper platform, or Willie? Oh my god, body through the smoke. Takes him down. Rest in peace, Sticko. You tried your best. This should be match point at this point. I don't see Mousesports putting out much of a fight here. And indeed, it might be the game.
Well, Chris, he's going to be waiting at Broken Wall. He might disagree with you as he looks to try and hold close with the P250. Smokes it off. Actually going to make the decision to rotate everyone from Mouse into B. Chris J. Now on the Nova, going to be holding the close angle. I really hope we get something insane from this as Chris J going to go ahead and re-smoke it once again. Pushes on through, but into the firing squad he goes. There was no need for that aggression. He tries to catch body off guard, but does not account for the rest of G2 just waiting in the wings behind him. This Nova's cursed at this point, and Oscar knows that. Doesn't want to go ahead and pick that up instead. Falls back into the cubby with the D. Sunny holding Oscar, and peeks on out, falls to body, and now Sunny, he's the last hope here. Holding the close angle by the Broken Wall. They're going to come in, and he's fully flashed, can't see anything. Does manage to find the first, but that will be it. As Kenny S mops up the last two. G2, they go 15-7. They arrive at match point. And now Mousesports going to have to force buy down into what could very well be the last round of this map.
I think it might be. Here's the first shot from body, I believe, through the smoke. Oh. Oh, it's, here we go. Lovely replay.
That was good. I like it. Bit of time travel in there.
Yeah, that was good. It was just demonstrating the
capabilities.
The flux capacitor, what it could do, you know? Showing us what it's made of. But it's going to be round number 8 now. AKs and pistols on the server. Shoxy at the first frag. I think that might be all she wrote for Cobblestone. G2 will be running away with this one. Oscar with chance though. He does get the deagle headshot. Could get a second as well. Running out of ammo. How is he still alive? Why is he not dead? Kenny, please. He takes him down eventually, but he's low HP. But it still should be the round, and indeed the map for G2. Sticko and Rob's the last line of defense, but they're pinning up some sort of a fight here. Double frag from Sticko. We might have a few more twists and turns in this one. 2-on-1 now. He does some work here. It's down to Robs, the Estonian boy wonder.
He gets spotted there, jumping around on the site, and MBK, that does not allow any room for error. He is a harsh punisher, and there we go. It's going to be G2 to win out Cobblestone. An intense match, Mouse. They just didn't show any signs of life on that CT side, Henry.
Winning both pistols as well.